Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It is Victor once again. It's another day and we have another scholarship. So if you're joining us for the first time, you're welcome. There are already over 300 videos on this channel. So where have you been? Fortunately, it's not too late. You can still look around. I'm sure that you'll find something that catches your interest. And of course, if you're a returning subscriber, a returning viewer, thanks for the constant support, and I hope you get a scholarship sooner than later. So, without any further delay, let's go into the business of the day. So, today we're talking about fully funded graduate opportunities at Cardiff University in the UK. So, this scholarship is for several departments for international students, that's non EU, non UK students, and covers your tuition, covers your living stipend. So first of all, let's look at the English language requirements because this gives some kind of a headache to a number of international students, especially because these exams, the IELTS or the TOEFL, are quite expensive and a number of international students cannot afford them. So let's see how to get a waiver and then we'll look at the funding opportunities together. So this is the English language requirements page for postgraduate students. And of course, it mentioned the normal IELTS and the TOEFL and the rest of them. However, if you scroll down a little, you'll see the list of other exams that are accepted apart from the IELTS and TOEFL and the traditional exams, as I often call them. So just scroll down a little and see the indication here. Other accepted language qualifications. Other accepted language qualifications. And if you scroll down, you see different nationalities, Austria, Belgium, Botswana. So if you're from Botswana, this is the exam you have to present, and this is the grade you have to get your English language test waived. So let's scroll down a little and see if we can see for India or for countries in West Africa. So if you're Indian, you should have this qualification. Probably you're already aware of this because it's like a national exam, and then you have to have this. You have to get these grades for you to get your IELTS or your TOEFL requirements waived. So let's scroll down and see for those from West Africa. You can see something about Malawi as well. The grade you need to get. Let's go down. Vietnam. So West Africa. So you should have the West African Examination Council results, and you should have a grade of C6 or even B3 or B2, depending on what the course you'll be applying for requires. But the baseline is usually a C6 and a C6 in English language. So those from the West African subcontinent already know what this exam means, and I think this is a relief, meaning that you wouldn't have to write any of those expensive English language tests. So having said this and having done away with those tests, let's go back to the funded opportunities. So already here I've selected non-European students. And as you can see here, there are 60 funded opportunities for non-European students at different departments. And of course, you can always use the department filter here to filter to the particular department or departments that you're interested in. But for the sake of this video, I'll just leave it open. I'll put all of them. So let's go and see the range, 60 of them. So the first one already is for English and communication, English communication and philosophy, already quite interesting. And we can expand and see the details. Let's see if we can expand. Okay, view details, good. So for this scholarship, you can see they write here a 3.5 to a 1 plus 3.5. So a 3.5 will be just a PhD scholarship. So usually PhDs in the UK are between 3 to 4 years. So here it's saying 3.5, 3.5. But it also covers a 1 plus 3.5. That means a master's and a PhD scholarship. So it means if you're coming with just a bachelor's degree, you can apply for the scholarship, but you're applying for the 1 plus 3.5. But if you already have a master's, then you can go straight to the 3.5. I hope that is clear. It is also said here that the majority of the recipients of the scholarship will be international students, that only 30% will be allotted to, um, the majority will be home students rather, and only 30% will be allotted to international students. So it means it's going to be very competitive because they would favor home students over international students. There are slots for international students for this particular one, but only 30% of those slots will be given to international students. So I think you have to work very hard just to show you the competition you'll be fighting with. The application procedure is already clearly written here. They say something about looking for a supervisor, say something about reading about the research group. So these are the things you have to do yourself. And then I think they want you to come up with your own research proposal. So instead of doing what your supervisor is doing already, you're meant to come with your own, but very close to your supervisor's area of expertise. I must say this might not be the same for all scholarships at this university. So it's good to read the particular instructions for the particular course you're applying for. So for this course, these are the instructions. This is the applications requirements. We talked about the English language requirements already, and you can always go back there to check for the equivalent of a 7.5. So let's go down. Funding, you can see it covers full tuition cover, annual living tax-free stipend, and the stipend is over £18,000. You also get a research training support grant. So you get grant, you get your stipend, you get your full tuition covered. And I think there's also a disability allowance as well. For those with disability, you also get some assistance. So that's great. And remember, this is just for one of the numerous of the 60 different funded programs. This is for English, communication, and philosophy. Of course, you can check for other disciplines as well and see their own particular requirements. So this one is also for the social sciences. Another one for the social sciences. This is for business and management. I think the requirements are also quite similar for the Cardiff Business School. Of course, keep an eye on the deadlines. This is another important bit I think we shouldn't miss. It's the 12th of January, and that is actually not so far away. In fact, this is very scary because of the holidays. A number of people might be carried away, universities might be closed, so you might have to start working very hard and make sure you put your application first in January. So while you're partying, eating, and drinking during the Utide, make sure you keep an eye on this application, put your documents together. Immediately it is January, early week of very early January, first week before the deadline, try to put your application um, submit your application on time. And the deadlines might vary depending on the scholarship. So the first one we looked at said 12th of January. I think the other one at the business school is also saying 12th. The others might not say the same date, so just keep an eye on when the others require you to submit your application. You can see this one, chemistry, and it is about transition to clean and sustainable energy and chemical production. The deadline written here is 18th February. So this is good. We still have a bit of time. Not too much time, but a bit of time. So also check the requirements and what you need to put in place. And the amount of money as well you need to get. You'll be starting October next year. Check the distribution of the scholarships. It also says 30% for international students, like the one we've seen earlier. So you can see the money as well, over 18,000. You also get the research grant. You also get, where is it? Tuition covers tuition. So this is good. This is good. Of course, do the same for other opportunities here, and I hope you find something in your area of interest. Um, just quickly, we've seen a number of these opportunities, and some of them would say you do not require a master's, like these 3 points or 3 plus. 1 plus rather 3.5. There are others that might say you require a master's, so check very closely. Do I require a master's to apply? Do I not require a master's? A number of them I've checked do not require a master's. Some of them would suggest a master's, but say it is not compulsory. So you can see this 1 plus 3.5 here as well. For this one on the management and business. For the one on chemistry, we can also check whether it's What does it require? So it says here a first class degree or a good 2-1 and or an appropriate master's. So this will be sufficient, but this is like an additional qualification that might just boost your application. So you might do well, of course, if you have a very strong first class or a 2-1, that might be sufficient. But if you have a master's, it's even better and might even increase your chances. So check for the others and see what they're asking for. Check for the deadlines. One good thing about this university as well is that they also mention the name of the supervisor in charge. So it means if you have questions, you need clarifications, you can always ask somebody. I do not have to look for the email of the person too far away. You can always send them an email by just clicking on the name of the supervisor in charge. So it's a very straightforward process. And I hope you're making the best of these opportunities that I'm sending to you. A number of people have already started contacting me, telling me that, oh, they've been um, pre-selected for like an interview, or they've sent an email to a professor and the professor has scheduled an interview for them, or the professor is interested in seeing like a research proposal from them or seeing what they've done in the past. So please use these opportunities. We have evidence that lots of people are actually utilizing them and they're getting very good results. Once again, familiarize yourself with the English language requirements. If you already have this exams, good luck to you. You wouldn't have to write any of the English language test. And of course, I'll leave a link to both this database of the different scholarships. So remember to toy with these filters to get what you want. And of course, the English language requirements as well. I'll be leaving a link to that. So I hope this was useful, guys. Fully funded graduate opportunities at the University of Cardiff. Of course, look around the YouTube channel. There are several other opportunities in different countries around the world. There is Canada, the UK, Sweden, Netherlands, Finland, just name it. All around the world, we're looking around for you to find fully funded opportunities for your graduate studies. Your own job now is to sit down, read the applications requirement very closely. You might need to watch this video a number of times or even other videos on this channel. For instance, you might be told to write a statement of purpose. So what does that mean? Write a statement saying why do you intend to apply for this course? What do you intend to learn? What are your future goals? And how will this course help your future goals? So there are videos already on this channel that would help you cater to those documents. There's also a video here on how to send an email to a supervisor. So if you're required to contact the supervisor beforehand, there's a video here showing you how to do that. There's equally a video on how to write an academic CV. So most of these universities require you to submit a copy of your academic CV. There is a video here showing how to do it step by step, how I did it and how it worked for me, and how it has worked for thousands of people who have won scholarships from this channel. And your case wouldn't be an exception. And that's it, guys. We cannot wait to celebrate you. So get to work. I know it's holiday season, but it's also a good time to like create some time for yourself, create some time to strategize for the new year, which includes preparing for your breakthrough, for your scholarship breakthrough. So while you're eating and drinking, make out time to apply for these opportunities. And I will see you at the top sooner than later. Bye bye for now, and do not forget to subscribe.